Welcome to our part 3 finale of Hearts of Wulin, Lavender Valley. It's been a while, but we're back. We promised we'd be back, and we're gonna finish this out. We're gonna go around, say who we are, who we're playing, our pronouns, and then I'll give it over to Matthias and let him take it. And I'm Katie. I am playing. I use she/her pronouns, as does my character Chao Sung, and I am going the devoted child role. Kika, what about you?
Hey, I'm Kika. I am playing Northwind Ling, who is the trickster role, and she's pretty much like the princess of the Kung Fu hobos.
That's true. Kiana, you?
Hey, I'm Kiana. I am playing Yuklan, who is a student wandering monk. She only got in last episode, and she's had some interesting times with romance recently. So I'm trying to figure out what she's going to be doing because she's just overwhelmed.
What about you, Starlade?
Hi, I'm Star. She/her pronouns. I play Perfect Miss, who is a male, part of the accidental tribe or whatever, and he's just existing, trying to find love, mostly in dog form.
Yeah, I thought you played Perfect Dog.
Perfect dog.
Perfect dog.
Last but not least, I'll turn it over to Matthias, and he can have the reins of this wonderful, perfect mess.
I mean, do I though? Really?
Probably not.
I'm Matthias, he, him pronouns. And yeah. So before we jump in or get to the depths of everything, quick reminder, we're playing with the X and No card. X card is should we encounter or should one of us encounter something that they don't want to be part of the game for whatever reason, they can exit out, like that, or typing an X in chat or saying I want to X card that. We roll back a bit and take the narrative in a different route. No explanation required. The end card is for if someone feels we might be approaching a line, to communicate that so everyone can take more care, be more aware of each other, and check in with each other. And the O card is when things get intense, but we're loving it, both for checking in with each other. Is this all right where we're going? I'd like to go further with it. But also as the affirmative, yes, like I might be looking devastated right now, but I want to please more of this. So like make free usage of those. Hearts of Wulin by Lowell Francis is a game that's going to be kickstarted fairly soon this year. So you'll get to have a little taste of it right here. And I want to remind everyone of the game comes with an agenda, and 4 points of it we all share together. And there's 1 point that's unique to your playbook. So the 4 general ones are embrace sincerity, speak obliquely about the heart, play with everyone's entanglements, and act in the service of something greater. And then each of you has a 5th one. You can find that on the playbooks page if you got the spreadsheet open. We just want to name what the 5th ones are from each of you.
Yeah, for mine, for loyal, It's express tension between duty and self.
Which order did we go? Like, just repeat that order.
I think it was me, Kika, Kiana, Star.
So
I don't remember.
it's on the playbooks page underneath.
Yeah. Well, for mine, it's accidental. Mine is conceal your truth in dog form.
The trickster's the outsider.
Yeah. So act against convention, which I'm pretty sure I'm pretty good at so far.
Yeah.
Yeah, and for the student, it's rebel in naivety.
Nice. So I had quite a bit of difficulty putting together what actually happened last time. So let's see if we can manage a summary. One, yes, it's been about like almost 2 months, but this game is really good at like messing up all the relationships we had going. So I think last time we played, we saw Yuglan arrive at the estate here, where there was supposed to be a engagement happening the next day. Like the engagement between Yin and Jian. Jian, who supposedly is a daughter of the Ox Pilgrim Escort Bureau. We had Chao Sung arriving there with Chao Sung waking up to being asked by her master, Shadowed Saber, that there's a plot for General Yun's life going on. General Yun is the brother of Yin, the one who was supposed to get engaged. So Chao Sung was tasked to work together with the 100 Ghosts, funnily enough, to foil that plot against General Yu. We found out that Yuglan and General Yu had a history, though. We found this out on in the night atop one of the towers, where they had quite an awkward meet. They hadn't seen each other for a while, but at least the way it was left off, there was still something kindling in both of them. That's what it seemed like. And we also had, if I remember correctly, Northwind Ling, who was very much about wanting to make that engagement not happen, because she's in love with Yin.
And Yin is totally in love with her.
Yeah, that's something that we definitely found out, that there was a declaration of love towards the end there.
And then a fade to black.
And then a fade to black, yes. Something we'll probably jump in on in a little bit here, because it's going to be interesting to find out what's happening with that, like, right? At this point in time, Yin is still like, oh no, like I'm supposed to get engaged tomorrow.
Yeah, but we did. I believe we also captured the person he was engaged to and revealed that she was part of the 100 Ghosts.
Yeah, your cousin.
Yes, my cousin.
Your cousin. So yes, Gian is secretly also one of the 100 Ghosts as well. Like, I mean, Northwind Ling is as well. So we'll see how true those loyalties will hold. Remind me, I think so the engagement actually got cancelled, right? You did achieve that, Northwind Ling.
I think where we cut off, we had captured her, and then we heard I heard Ian scream from off in the distance, and I rushed off to investigate.
Yes. And well, where we actually like the last scene we had was Perfect Mist, who took the chance at night to meet up with or to find Yuglan meditating in the gardens and professing his.
Kika putting her head down is about all you need to know about that scene.
It was the best scene of the entire game.
So good. So good.
Still disguised as a dog.
Still disguised as a dog. Yes, no, you.
But Yuglan was kind of saved from that awkward, well, I think for her awkward situation by the general who entered and who was quite out of himself to learn that Perfect Mist was there, and Perfect Mist was making a move on Yuglan.
Yeah, especially since the general had decided to propose to Yuklan after realizing that he can cancel one engagement. Obviously, the better one is to propose to Yuklan. Still got to be a wedding, guys.
Yes. So I think I want to also the thing with Jian was I think Chao Sung and Jian were locked in a stalemate. That's where we left off, right? So she wasn't apprehended as such.
Yeah, because if I remember correctly, I wasn't rolling too hot. Which
Yeah,
is
it
just
was
normal for me.
It was kind of mixed. But I think I want to cut in actually where Northwind Ling, you swung yourself out of the window to get where Yin's scream came from. And I think as you swing yourself into his room, he's just about to light a lantern. Like his door is open, and he flings around, and when he sees you, he's, "Oh, it's you.
I heard you scream. What
Something-
happened?
Something's afoot."
There's a lot afoot tonight.
Well, 4, 5, 6 shadows just went through here.
Would I have reason to suspect that that was the 100 ghosts? If not,
I don't think so. I think you actually the thing is you're inclined that let's say for your cousin, there shouldn't be any other 100 ghosts afoot here. So whoever this is some other party. And he's like, okay, well, whatever it is, what are we to do?
Well, it seems like this place is not nearly as safe as expected, so maybe we should get out of here.
We should. But I am still engaged.
Are you?
Am I?
I don't think so.
Are you proposing?
I go down on one knee and say yes.
Oh. And I think he clasps your hands and he's to run away with me?
Of course. Oh, yeah, of course I'd go with you.
And he dramatically turns away and says, if we do this, we will be fugitives.
Oh yeah, other people aren't fugitives.
I will be turning my back on my family, and you will be doing the same, plus foiling what your clan has been planning. If that is true, I still can't believe that Gian is of the 100 ghosts.
What else is there for us to do that would ensure your safety?
I do not know. So here's the thing, right? You have your one of your entanglements is I love Yin, but their sibling Yu considers me beneath them.
Yeah.
I kind of think we've kind of moved beyond this entanglement.
Okay.
Like we should be rewriting it, right?
That makes sense to me. Is there another one in the book, or do we make one up?
We can just make one up. If we want to, I think it should be about like running away with Yin.
Yeah,
And
probably.
what I'm proposing here that it breaks something with someone else. And I don't know how all of you feel about it, but there's this thing that it's actually Chao Sung who's very much about loyalties and keeping to them, right?
Yep.
So something akin to I don't know, like I will run away with Yin or my true love Yin or something, but this will mean we will become hunted, or
It could break your bond with Chao Sung.
Probably, yeah.
So that's a bond you have, Chao Sung. So you should be
Oh, God,
be
I didn't
able
realize
to
you
still
have it.
keep it, right?
Cool, cool, cool.
Because we established like you two are actually quite good friends, right?
Yeah.
So but I'll let you think about it for a moment. Kind of like how you want to phrase that can be up to you. In the meantime, let's cut to you, Josung, in this lock with Jian. And I think we've moved like outside of the room. We're in the hallway, or it's I think it's the hallway here is actually open to one side to like the courtyard.
You'll have to correct me, Matthias, because I vaguely remember this. Did I ever get my sword back? Because I think I had lost my sword.
That's kind of the point. You're both gripping onto the sword, and I think that's kind of the lock that I want to establish here, right?
Okay, I vaguely remembered something about my sword.
Yeah, because she was trying to steal it.
Okay, because Perfect Miss had picked it up when I was kidnapped.
Yes.
Gotcha.
He had it in his room, in this mess of a room.
I think as I've gripped my sword, I'm looking at Jin, and I've just narrowed my eyes. And what are you even doing here? What does the 100 Ghosts want with this wedding? Why do you want to interfere?
Oh, and that's when she realizes like you've made the connection, because that's a thing, and not everybody understands or gets, right. That's a question you get to ask last time from one of your roles, and she's like you, like this look crosses her face where it's clear that she's like, oh, you've caught me. And I think that's when we also hear like the dozens and dozens of feet running to along each side, like the guards were called, if you remember last time, right? And she's like, she looks at the sword and she's like, no, this is not worth it. And turns, twists, and twists with you to basically let go of the sword and jump up and down over into the courtyard as the guards basically rush to attack you. What do you do?
Now that I have my sword back, I would like to use my devoted child move. So once per session, I can call in a favor, a letter of introduction, entrance to a private ceremony, or support for a wild plan. I think this is going to be my support for a wild plan. As in, I'm just going to stop, be like, wait, Shadowed Saber. This is, I'm Shadow Saber's student. And just hold my hands up, in a form of.
Well, you hold probably your sword up as well.
Well, yeah, I mean, I was holding. Yeah. I'm not attacking. I'm holding up in a form of surrender.
Yeah.
And dropping Shadow Saber's name and using that move. They may ask favors or have other expectations of you.
Yeah, what do you want of them? Like
to not attack me. To stand down, yeah. And
I mean, you could also say, do you want them to
point out Jin?
To the that's the thief.
Yeah, I'm going to point out that you want to
her?
go after her. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think support for a wild plan.
I mean, it's a stretch, but I feel like it might work. It is technically Shadow Saber's plan that I was like shadowing the general anyway, and this all came about from that.
Yeah, and I think like they come to a stop, and they look to you, to Jian, who's like on the railing, right, ready to jump down, and I think she just hisses back, and you go apprehend the thief, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think she jumps, and they're like 4 of them rush to the railing, and the rest is like turns around and rushes to the next stairs.
Yeah,
What do you do then?
I think the minute that they're after her, I think now that I've got them on my side also going after her, I think I'm going to jump off the railing as well and give chase after her. I'm not done with her.
What do you yeah, no, that's good.
I was tasked with, protecting the general, making sure that the 100 ghosts didn't interfere. She's interfering. That was my I'm loyal.
Oh yeah. Well, the so here's the funny thing. Yes, that's true. You were tasked like foil the plot to kill General Yu. But you're not one. You don't know who's actually the ones behind.
Yeah, exactly.
Assassination plot.
This is just my first inclination. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, let's see if you're able to catch her. I think that's going to be an overcome. Like, she's trying to get away, and you're trying to corner her.
Okay. Okay. I'm going to roll with.
Yeah, you always get to decide which chi you're going to roll with, and they have a couple of associations with them.
I mean, I guess I'm gonna roll with fire because it's speed, but
yeah,
it's not gonna be good. Oh, it's a 7. It's okay.
That's a 7. Yeah.
It could have been a lot worse.
So on a 7 to 9, you flinch, hesitate, or stall. The AGM can offer you a worse outcome, a hard bargain, or an ugly choice. I think what happens is, yes, you jump after her, and she turns to one of the gates, and we actually see the guards lowering them, and she runs off into the other direction. You parallel her, and she turns to one of the other doors that would lead out of the estate, and then there's other guards coming in. So you almost got her cornered when she looks around, and then kicks one of the guards in front of her up, and she jumps down, and you can follow her, and you'll catch up with her, but you'll be alone against her. You're not letting her get away yet, and you'll press her into a fight, but you've lost the assistance of the guards. So
yeah,
you'll have to see if you can.
Chao Sung is so single-minded, she's got her mindset. She's going straight into that gutter. She'll just call out, I'm going after her. And she's going to kick the gutter as well and just dive down after her. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that's actually like we hear like the splashing of feet in like very shallow water. That's where you land, and she turns around and she's like, you'll never give this up, will you? And moves in to attack you. Don't roll yet. I want to cut to the middle of the garden, where we see General Yu with like a grim expression on his face, and his face with that neatly trimmed dark beard, and he draws a heavy, long sword that he like supports with one hand at the pommel, and like it catches the moonlight, and like that I think reflects on that shines from Yuglan's face over to Perfect Mist's face, and he advances on you, Perfect Mist, and he's I've waited for this.
I have not.
It is time to put you down, dog.
Know this, your neatly trimmed beard and long sword are no match for my sword of love.
Is this so? Here's the question: is this the point where you engage him, or where you turn tail?
I will engage. Do I even have a weapon? I don't have a weapon. I don't have a weapon. I have my love.
It doesn't really matter, because you kind of fight with not ordinary things anyways.
I put up my fists. I was like, "Have at thee! I will put you down. You are more dog than I am now, because I am out of my disguise." Ah!
Yeah, and he we get the swooshing of the sword that cuts through the night air as he like twists it once to one side, then twice to the other side, and goes for you. So
and I'm like flailing and like dodging and twisting around. Like, oh, yeah, you go. Okay, you're better than I thought you were.
Yeah, so we've got two duels going on. When you fight against a worthy foe, roll plus style element. So that's the only time in the game when you're locked to a specific element, the one you've chosen for your style of fighting. Now, Chao Sung, you're fighting against a foe of your scale. But you, Perfect Mist, you're fighting against someone who's above your scale.
Oh no.
So, Perfect Mist, for you, it will be if your foe is above your scale, you lose the conflict. On hit, you may declare how you lose. On a 7 to 9, you need to mark chi. So here's. So I need a roll from you, Star, and one from you, Katie.
Okay.
This is the good thing, is you just get to say how you lose.
Yeah, I mean
Oh, no.
that gives you like great leeway narratively, right?
Oh, hi. Yeah, love it.
Ooh.
Love it.
So, Chao Sung,
Yeah.
where is it?
I don't have any
What do-
bond to burn. I have
What's
nothing.
what's the dirty thing she does to basically right? She was like, Jean, you're never going to give up, right? So I have to
She-
fight you now. But then she does something.
Totally like splashes some of the dirty water like up in my face or something like that.
Yeah, and exactly that's what she does. And she splashes the water up into your face, takes that running leap, jumps and pushes off of your shoulder back out the hole again.
God damn it.
And as you're like trying to reorientate yourself, you look around, you hear like the gutter up top being put away. I need you to mark oh yeah, the what were you rolling with?
Water. That was
Water.
my element.
Yeah, I need you to mark that.
Okay.
And I think this is right. You're not. Well, you can opt here to say you got wounded if you wanted to. Do you see that wounded down below? That will give you -2 ongoing.
Yeah.
Because I don't think she. And you can. That's an option you can take. That will keep you able to fight. But I think what this means, because if your style element is marked, you can't fight. I think this is a blow to your confidence more than it is any physical.
So I can choose either to mark my style element or mark wounded. Is what you're saying?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I think my pride is definitely wounded because I went after her. Oh yeah, I can take her, and I couldn't.
Yeah. So you want to keep it on water?
Oh no,
That's
I'm gonna mark wounded.
Oh, okay. So you want to still be able to fight?
Yeah, I'll take the -2.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
for sure.
Okay, nice. But it's a wound to your confidence more than a physical wound.
Exactly, yeah.
Okay,
Because I don't
yeah,
think
let's-
that would have really hurt me. It's more of a wound on my ego, for sure.
No, we could have added to the fiction if we
Yeah.
wanted to give you like a physical wound.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, exactly. This is like doing that and like probably sending you off to like land with your butt in the dirty water.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and Perfect Mist, you get to decide how you lose this. You need to mark your chi here, the one you've been fighting with. So that's wood.
No, I was fighting with water.
Oh, you always have to choose the one that you're. Yeah, that's the only part when you fight. You have to choose your style element.
Oh, okay. So then that would be like an 8 instead of a 7.
It would be an 8, which doesn't change the outcome, but yeah.
Right.
So you'll not be able to fight again unless that chi is removed.
Okay.
But you get to tell us how you lose, right? How does this conflict end?
Okay, so Perfect Miss is like, twisting and turning and dodging, and the general's like, slashing and swiping, and he makes an upward cut and slices right through Perfect Miss' pants, and his sword of love pops out. He's just like, oh! And he turns around to fight himself, and the general just kicks his butt, and he falls into the mud again.
Oh, into the pond?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Okay.
Sweet boy.
Apparently his sword is no match for the general's sword after all.
And with obviously like satisfied with the utter humiliation of this revenge that he has caused, in an elegant, smooth turn on the spot, General Yu turns his sword around and sinks with like holding the grip of the sword, sinks down in front of Yuglan. I think it is time.
Time for what?
Will you take me as your husband? And he lowers his gaze to basically just look at your feet. And this is where, like, in the background, we see like Perfect Mist like stumbling out of the water on the other side.
Yeah, from the pond, he's like, gurgle, gurgle. Oh.
I think this does hit your entanglement, though. So I think, right, all your friends have advised you not to pursue you, but you secretly wooed them.
Yeah.
So in a conflict, when you come face to face with emotional turmoil and pressure from one of your entanglements, roll anything but your style element.
Okay. All right. Do water. Meh.
Nice. Yeah, on a 10 plus, you managed to keep yourself together. So, how does Yuglan respond to this?
As you kneels all the way down, Nikolon, having taken in a deep breath, will kind of kneel down to match his stance. And she'll take his hands. And she'll quietly, no, she'll just nod her head.
Nice. I love it. I think this is where we cut away. Maybe you want to go for a first break?
Yeah, that's it's about top of the hour. We can take our short
Yeah.
little break. Let Perfect Mist recover his sword of love. Yeah, we'll be right back in about five or so minutes, everyone. Oh goodness, this has already been a little wild.
I resheath my sword.
We'll be right back, everybody. And we are back, and I am proud to announce that the Sword of Love is sheathed, and we can continue. And I will give it over to Matthias.
When we cut back in, we against the breaking dawn, we see a figure that's against that light, just a figure of shadow, and they have a couple of other ones standing around them, and they're dressing them. Okay, everything is in place for him to strike during the ceremony. Go off and see to it that it happens. And they like bow and scurry off. I have a question for Northwind Ling. That is, what's your plan with Yin about running away? What do you think? Like, you probably spend a couple more hours talking about how to do this, right? Like, getting enough money, maybe vanishing unseen enough that it doesn't cause a ruckus.
Yeah. Do we know that Yu is getting married? Because that sort of just all happened at once.
I think we can. You can safely assume to by when we go to the starting of the day and the ceremony and everything, that by then you know, and you've kind of figured it into whatever plan you have.
Okay, I think their plan is to sneak away like right after the wedding while people are distracted by that.
Yeah, when like everyone gets into the actual feast that's probably happening right after, and
Yeah. So I think Yin is there just being Yin, and Ling is there disguised as Julie still.
yeah. I mean, obviously, everything like this, there's a lot of talk about, right? Because like this kind of last minute change that no one's supposed to talk about leads to lots of whispering, side glances, and among the staff and the entire household and everyone. Aside from that, let's talk a little bit about what like the actual this whole day ceremony actually looks like. And I think I'd like to go around once and everybody adds a detail, either a detail about how the ceremony takes place, or a detail of something that needs to be done to basically complete the ceremony. By any of the parties, however you like.
I think all through the day, like even before the ceremony, like hours before, you've heard men practicing their music like all day. So like it's been like sort of beautiful music playing on the grounds all day. And that's going to be a big part of the ceremony, is it's going to be like filled with different kind of music accompaniment. I can't say that word. You know what word I mean. Accompaniment. It's not coming out, guys. There's gonna be a lot of music. There you go. It's one of those days, friends. I migrained for 10 days, so words don't come out right.
Oh, I kind of want to add to that. Maybe it's actually the case that basically each party has like a dedicated musician who
Yeah.
follows them around during the ceremony. And part of the conclusion of that ceremony is that both musicians start playing off of each other, right, to symbolize the union taking place there.
I like that.
So is Min following Yuglan, or is Min following the general?
Probably the general. I think that he would have been hired by the general, like to represent the general's house or empire or whatever. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And Yuglan's musician kind of needs to be improvised, or right? So maybe that's also interesting who that is, or where that's going. Yeah, no, I like that. Do we have another detail about this ceremonial day? Maybe where it takes place, or
okay, it'll take place out in the garden, and there are like 10 million gardeners out there redoing the floral sculptures or whatever, the hedges, cutting it into shapes of like the general and stuff.
yeah, there's obviously like lots of decorations that's been saved only to be shown today, and all that needs to be applied in just a couple of morning hours, because you don't want to spoil that side of the garden before that, right?
I think she doesn't really like you, but she likes Juklan. So she got it in her head that she wanted to collect and arrange for decoration 999 yellow lilies for this, and she's just decorated the entire garden with them.
Nice. So, Yuglan, how do you imagine your own wedding?
That's a very good question. Because she was a monk and she was a wanderer, so having a wedding of this proportion was never something that she really thought of. So this is kind of something that she's kind of let go to, the general who knows how to do these things. But she'd probably arrange for some incense, those that not just within this grand compound, but also of her own monastery, so that those smells will be able to linger in the air, same way that the music does.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we is that something that you actually personally saw to setting up?
Yeah, that's something that she would have, kind of being like, I feel like I need to do something. Doesn't quite feel right yet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we see you maybe like tending to that in the early morning hours then. Quite a change to your life in very short time. So Chao Sung and Perfect Mist, what are you two up to in these early morning hours when you see everybody, like everything's busy and bustling? the hubbub of the night, like no one seems to notice if there were left any signs there, right? But
I think Chow Sung has tried to get like an audience with General Yu, but it's his wedding day, so that's probably been like near impossible. So has probably just like spent her morning beside Perfect Miss going, there, buddy, it's okay. Things happen, like, you know, sometimes it happens this way, and
She rubbed my belly.
I know, and I know that belly rubs are really, really important to you, and they mean a lot. I know. You will, one day you'll find someone else who rubs your belly and hits a spot even better than she did.
I don't want anyone else. I want her.
so, Jocelyn, that definitely sounds like when you comfort or support someone. Oh.
Yeah. I'm going to roll with.
Don't forget your -2
Yeah,
on
yeah.
coin.
Oh.
I'm gonna roll with wood. I think yeah, because patience, growth, curiosity. I'm trying to like comfort him. So a 10. I just did the regular modifier and we can just take the 2 out. So yeah, a 10.
Nice. Well, yeah. I mean, I think that's perfect, right? On a 10 plus, clear chi yourself. Ask them. So on a hit, they hear you.
I don't have any chi to clear.
Well, they clear chi, and on a 10 plus, you get to ask Perfect Mr. question. They must answer, or you get another bond with Perfect Mist.
Ooh, well, you can get rid of your chi, Perfect Mist.
Huzzah!
So what's this like? What about Chao Sung's comforting you is actually like helping you regain some measure of?
Or you can add a bond if you don't want to clear that chi. It's your choice. I just read that.
Oh, I want to clear that chi. I need a rematch. I'm just going to get like, you know, more and more like, you know, in like less angry at myself and more angry at the general, and I'm just like, yo, we gotta ruin this wedding.
As I'm like comforting you, and I go, you know, I haven't said this out loud to anyone, Perfect Miss, but someone is out to kill the general. And you know, if maybe you wanted to postpone this wedding somehow, maybe make a big scene and make it not happen, that might cause a big distraction for whoever's out to get the general.
That's me. I want to go out and get the general.
Perfect Miss, you don't want to actually kill him.
Well, maybe I do. It's the only way Dubois will love me, right?
Perfect Mist, if you kill the general, she'll hate you.
You don't know that.
I do know. I know that 100%. She will hate you and probably have you killed yourself. She'll probably do it, actually.
Well, no, she's not that kind of girl.
How well do you know her?
I don't really know her. I mean, I just saw her from afar and she's hot and, you know, I sort of love.
Sorry. Perfect Mist, you should probably don't say out loud you want to kill the general on his wedding day. But also, don't try to kill the general ever. And 2, or 3 actually. Wait, I'm trying to tell you so many things. I'm getting confused. 3, just help me try to cause some kind of distraction and just postpone this wedding, and maybe we can.
And they kill him after?
You can't kill him at all.
What if she doesn't know it's me who killed him? That'll work, right?
With your luck, I think everyone would know.
True.
Jasung, I want you to roll hearts and minds.
Oh no!
When you pressure someone susceptible to your words, say what you're trying to get them to do. And I think you're trying to get them to not.
I don't
Kill
want
the
you to
general.
kill the general. Yeah, I'm gonna use metal because this is definitely control calculation. Yeah, that's for sure.
Okay.
And I'm just not gonna add a modifier because that one's +2.
Yeah.
So it'll just a 9.
On a 9. Yeah. So for PCs on a hit, if that's weirdly phrased, they mark XP if they do as you wish. If they don't, they mark a chi. And you will need to mark a chi as well if they decline. We need to keep this in mind because I don't think we're in the situation yet where Perfect Miss decides which way to go. But your words have been said, and there's a potential XP in the room and marking of cheese when we get there.
Just perfect mist. Don't kill the general, okay?
How about if I just wound him a lot?
Oh no, this is gonna be the longest day of my life.
Mine too. My love's getting married.
Have you tried talking to Jovan about your feelings?
I wagged my tail at her. Isn't that enough?
Wait, like your actual...
I think I want to cut you.
Yeah, that
Conversation.
that's a good cut.
We pan away and it gets quieter and quieter as we move over to Yin's room, as he is with Ling, and he's like, yes, I think it's all set. I bribed those peasants to have a little cart ready just outside the walls for after the wedding. I don't know how we get there unseen, but I think that's your specialty.
Yeah, if there's one thing I'm good at, it's getting places. Okay, so we're going to have a disguise for you ready.
A disguise.
Yes, we'll disguise you as one of the servants so people don't question you moving around.
A servant.
Yes.
Like he hasn't like thought of that kind of option before, but he's definitely like seems excited by the adventure.
Now, have you ever practiced pretending to be a servant before?
I have not. What is expected of me?
Well, for this, mostly you just need to stand straight, bow to everyone as you pass them, and act like you have somewhere important to go.
That last bit, that's definitely the thing where he's like, somewhere important to go. Oh. I usually just stroll wherever I need to.
She smiles at him and says, just remember, you're going to go meet me.
Yuglan, are you? Do you have any inkling of something bad might that might go down, or are you completely oblivious?
I'm gonna reveal her naivety. She has no idea. She's
Nice.
super focused on not fucking up this this whole situation.
So when like you hear like a bustling in the bush next to you as you're like lighting some more incense in a little what would you call it? It's probably like small little things where you can put them in so they're like kind of protected from more wind. But
Yeah, the instant box, yeah.
yeah, like an instant box. You hear like a bustling in the bush beside you, and one of the gardeners has like a bundle of like things, long things bundled up, and like just shoves it with one foot underneath the bush, and then looks at you and is like, and just walks up without saying anything. You don't pay it another second. Nice. So, is there anything else anyone wants to do before the start? Someone's planning a revenge, right?
Yeah, I mean, because I can't get in to actually speak to General Yu, I am working with Perfect Mist to cause some kind of distraction at this wedding. Can we start fire? Can we set up some
Don't mess with my flowers.
fireworks? Can we do something?
You like fire?
Can I find Northwind, Ling? Like, are you near? Because I know I can count on you to do something.
Well,
Okay, I actually like that. Yeah.
yeah, you do know that I am disguised as Julie.
Okay.
Yeah. So Jiao Sung, you go off to talk to Ling. Perfect Mist. How do you actually think of like leveling the scale difference? Like, what do you think you could be doing to hinder the general or bolster yourself for your next confrontation?
Get a gun.
A+, yes. I'm actually not sure. I want to like find out if the general has any weaknesses. Also, can I send my loyal dog in to just poop all over the garden?
Isn't dog still disguised as Perfect Mist?
God, yeah, I think you're right. Perfect Miss is gonna go in and just poop all over the garden.
I think that will draw more attention than upset things. Yeah, but well, you can. How would you go about finding out of a weakness about the general?
Probably try to disguise myself as one of like, the servants or caterers or whoever the heck's working on the wedding, and, talk to people, see if there's any like whispering going on behind the scenes. If I have time and ability, maybe break into the general's room, ruffle around in there.
Yeah.
Dead.
Yeah. This is what falls under when you go off to develop a new technique to face a foe or fire scale. Describe your montage and roll. Plus the number of times seen the foe's fighting form, so +1.
Okay, so roll +1.
Yeah. And you can describe the servants you talk to. Yeah, on a 7 to 9, there's a significant cost to learning the move. You must have observed the foe at least once. There's significant cost unless you want to burn one of your bonds. Yeah, that
What is
could
that?
push you up to a 10 plus.
Okay, I guess.
So,
I'll burn a bond.
well, let's see. Maybe, yeah. You have one with North Wind, and one
With my clan.
With the clan with the Lost Yun clan. Yeah.
Yeah,
Is that the one?
I'll burn the one with my clan.
So you see if you can break into the general's quarters, right? That he's not attending because he's like off being made ready for the wedding, and you find that the lock's already been picked.
Yeah. It's like, well, this is easy. I'm very good at this.
Now I gotta think about a weakness that the general has.
If he's allergic to daffodils, I'm just going to spread daffodils all over the garden.
I think it is that he has a very sensitive sight. That makes him a formidable fighter at night. But if you're able to blind him, that'll create a lot of advantage for you in the fight.
Got it. I got just the thing.
You show up and say it's high noon. Then you shoot him with your gun.
More like Tamatoa, shiny. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, Cha-Sung, you're meeting with Ling, right?
Yeah, I was looking for Ling, trying to be very inconspicuous about it. Which shouldn't be a big deal because she's in disguise. And I sidle up to her. How was your evening?
Meh.
Okay, I got into a fight with your cousin.
Which cousin?
The GN.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, I know you're in disguise, so just know that information. I need your help, if you don't mind.
What do you need help with, young individual?
Just if I was to ask one of my elders, you, for...
Are you calling me old?
Yes.
Wow.
If I was to ask an elder for advice on postponing a wedding, no, not a particular wedding, but a wedding that might be happening today in the near future with a big distraction, what kind of distraction would you recommend?
Well, first word of advice is don't call your elders old.
When you're out of disguise, Northwind Ling, we're gonna have a very serious talk.
Who?
Mm-hmm. Okay. How about the first question?
Oh, well, I reckon you can't have a wedding without someone to officiate it.
That is true. So are you saying a pre-snapping?
I'm not saying anything. I'm just pointing some things out about weddings.
Good point. Well, thank you, Elder. And Chao Sung just gives a like over the top sarcastic bow of respect. Like that Ling would know is just Chao Sung being a smartass. Just to her.
Kids these days.
Millennials. And Chao Sung is going to go try to find like whoever is officiating this wedding.
Oh, I know who's
She
doing
has a
that.
dumb plan.
Yes.
Are you gonna seduce them?
No, that's plan B.
We'll get to that in a moment. Before that, Yuklan, you've finished your rounds of the gardens, and you're like, it's probably time to turn in to the servants to get you ready for your wedding. When you see Perfect Mist crossing the garden, like in front of you, like he hasn't noticed you, but I mean, there was a reason last night that you did not intervene, right? Because your teacher, Broken Dawn, has actually passed you over in favor of Perfect Mist, who you consider your rival. How do you feel when you see him, like, walk across, and what do you do?
A little. I don't know if annoyed is the right word, but just like, but why? In her head, at least, she's like, "Are you serious?" And so she'll stand up, and as she's kind of brushing down her robes, Perfect Mist.
And you're like, what you took for Perfect Mist is just, I think is like, for a moment you're like, wait, is he playing with me? But then, no, like starting to actually next to one of the hedges.
Ziglan's gonna go over and just like take off one of the pieces so that it's clearly a dog to everyone else and not Perfect Mist. Just because I'm like, I don't need another misinterpretation of these events. I still like will pull off like the coat or something.
Nice. Jasum, you're you ask around, and one of the servants is like, yes, actually, it is a very special kind of arrangement. Not just anyone who officiates this wedding, and it's someone of particular skill indeed.
Yes, who is it?
And I think I mean, and you hear the chime of an instrument behind you. And it's Min walking by, like deep in thought, like tuning his instrument.
Oh, no. Yeah, I immediately rush over to Men. Men.
Huh? Oh. Oh, Chao Sung. I wasn't even aware. You're here for the wedding?
In a way, yes. Are you officiating the wedding?
I am. I've put together a particular arrangement, even.
You must be very honored.
I am quite that, yes, yes.
So what I'm
Same.
about to ask
Have
you is going to be
I,
you're not gonna like it. I need you to not do it.
to not do what?
I need you to not officiate the wedding. Disappear for a little while, maybe. Just not be there when they need you. I promise it's for a good reason. I would never lie to you, Men. You know that.
I don't. I cannot do what you ask of me.
But Men, it is for the greater good. I'm on a task from a shadowed saber. You have to believe me.
I do not know what quest you're on, Chao Sung, but I cannot veer from my duties, and not just because someone has a hunch.
Men, please, you know you're my friend, and I would never lie to you or lead you astray.
What is it that has you so worried?
We believe there's going to be an attempt on General Yu's life.
Why, does the general know?
No.
Well, then we should go and tell him immediately.
I've tried, but it is his wedding day. He's busy with other things, and I'm just trying to postpone the wedding, cause a distraction, some kind of thing.
I don't think him knowing he would not postpone the wedding for that. I think he'd use it to draw out the assailant. But it is good that I know. It is very good that I know. And that's where he's like thinking if he wants to tell you something, but then holds back again. What do you do?
I think I step closer. Do you know more about this than I do, Men?
No, this is important news that you bring.
Have you heard rumors of other...
There are always lots of rumors abound. One of them is... No,
Men, you know you can trust me.
Yes. Yes, I know, Chao-sung. One of the rumors is, and I've heard him being spotted, but I have not seen him myself, or anyone corroborate this. But have you seen perfect mist abound?
Yes, why?
Well, why? Because one of the more substantial rumors is that he's out for General Yu.
Men,
Why do you laugh so? I
it's a
mean, it
horrible
had me.
It's a horrible misunderstanding.
Is it?
It is.
I am very worried. I only met him once. But, I mean, and now like a dreamy look comes over his face.
Men, you should not worry about perfect mist. I can guarantee that though perfect mist might be misguided sometimes, no harm will come from him to the general.
Well, I hope you're right.
If anything,
Because
the feelings
I-
that he has for Juklun guarantee that he won't hurt the general.
his feelings for...
He's in love with her.
Oh. Oh my.
Were you not aware?
I'm sorry, I need to go. And like he turns away a little bit too quickly to walk away. What do you do?
I'm gonna grab his wrist
To do what?
to like stop him. I don't want him to go yet. I don't trust him.
What? And there's like tears. His eyes are like welling up with tears.
I know you're heartbroken because of your feelings, men, but
You gotta roll in a conflict.
oh no,
Because you love men.
I
You
do.
overlooked for too long, and now they love perfect mist. And you want to confront.
but my style element. Okay. What is my style element? Water. Okay. Okay, yeah, it's just gonna be a straight roll. A 10.
-2, right?
Oh no, I just didn't put a modifier to it. I rolled with metal.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, no, that's good. So you get to do what you want to do.
Yeah,
What?
I know that you're upset because of your feelings toward Perfect Miss, but you must put them aside in order to save the general.
I mean, that is what my task is, indeed.
Then we must go together and inform him that there could be an attempt on his life today.
Yes. Let's go.
She lets go of his wrists and goes with him to go tell the general.
Nice. So I think, unless anybody else has something, I want to cut to the actual ceremony, because the general won't be swayed. Like, this is the thing, right? He's like, well, now I even want to have that wedding that much more so.
God damn it, General!
I mean, of course. And unless someone else has something they need to do or want to do before the ceremony. Nope.
I'm going to collect all the shiny things.
Like all the silverware, basically.
All the silverwares, all the mirrors, like, you know, the pots and pans.
And what are you doing with them?
Strapping them to myself.
You're making like mirrored armor.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Nice. Yes.
Perfect idea.
No, I love it. Yes. So what do you think your big entrance to the ceremony, disrupting the ceremony, is going to be?
Oh, I have to time it to be like, you know, perfect. I'm also gonna like, you know, strap all this stuff to dog as well.
Of
I mean,
course.
we have to match.
Yeah.
Well, he's going to aim for like, interrupting at the perfect dramatic moment, but he's probably going to be like 10 minutes early. No, I mean, like, he can't really see what's happening with like big old pot on his head.
Okay. So I think the way the ceremony works is that there's all these guest speakers beforehand, and everyone is kind of divided on two sides of the gazebo, right? There's always guest speakers who come and wish and like present a present, and there's like presents piling up in the back of the gazebo for that. And then the actual highlight of the ceremony is that General Yu and Lugian will be approaching and coming and meeting in the middle of the gazebo for the ceremony to take place. And where Ling and where is Chao Sung right before? Like, where are you holding out to probably like watch the scene, watch the crowd, watch or whatever you're doing? Like maybe Ling isn't even interested in who's going to be the assassin or not.
I actually think Ling is hiding in the bushes behind where they, like behind the gazebo.
Yeah.
Just like right in there. And she's probably like close enough to talk to
Yin?
just anyone who's on the gazebo. And I think Ian's probably on there, and I think she might try to talk Min into like low-key marrying them before the ceremony.
Oh, okay.
Chao Sung is, I think she is hidden amongst the crowd, like wherever like there's a group of people, because she wants to keep the biggest eye on anyone that might be up to some shady behavior, or someone who might be making the first move.
So two things here. So Ling, you're actually trying to convince Min to officiate you. What, as this is happening, or
Yeah,
because
like before the other ceremony.
I think Min is like completely like. I think he's like, who? Wait. Well, Min doesn't know that there are any 100 ghosts here. So with a warning from Chao Sung, this is super worrying as he sees you in the bushes, right?
I just smile and wave, try to like, so he doesn't get like freaked out.
Yeah, for a moment, like his eyes go wide and it's like, what? There's a wedding about to happen here.
Yeah, I know. You want to make another one?
What? You're not here too. No, you can't be the assassin, can you?
Why would I assassinate anyone? That sounds boring.
What do you want?
Oh, Yin, he's right up there. Could you maybe marry us? Just quick. Doesn't need to be too big of a scene. Just quietly.
What do you mean quick? It's like 15 minutes and I need to. This can't be happening right now.
It's no trouble, I promise. It will be fine. Don't worry about it. We're very much in love. We're both consenting to this, right, Ian? Yeah, let's do this. And no one's trying to assassinate us. So this at least guarantees that we get one wedding in today. Meet the wedding quota.
And I mean, the thing here is, do you have like everything that would be needed to just make it official? Like maybe like the scroll where both of you have like signed it, written it,
Yeah,
and
probably.
it just needs to be stamped, right?
Yeah. It's
Because
just like a little hand that comes out of the bushes with this piece of paper. It's a min.
yeah. Because you have Trickster, right? You're a trickster, happy-go-lucky and smart. You know how to use the rules of the Wulin and outside world to your advantage. You always have leverage when you use hearts and minds, even against those who might not otherwise be susceptible to your words.
Yeah.
All right. 1 second before you roll. Chaosung, you sound like being the sensible one and studying the situation.
Well, I'm doing something, that's for sure. I don't know if it's being sensible. I am keeping I'm definitely keeping an eye out though. If anyone's reaching toward their sword, doing something like that. Yeah.
I think that is when you study something in order to change the game state. So yeah, let's get both of those rolls on the table so I know what I'm dealing with.
Okay. I still I can still pick a thing.
Yeah.
I'm rolling with fire.
I'm gonna roll with water.
11. Yay. I did it.
Yeah, that's a 4.
So I think, that's definitely Min being just like, what, really? Like you're looking up to Yin. He's like eagerly nodding, right? You'll have like a completely different status if you're like officially married. And he's like, okay, well, I can't deal with this now, and just like goes and stamps it and puts his sign down, right? And to basically placate you. Okay, I've gotten rid of this problem. Now I can turn to what I'm actually supposed to do here and be here for. So you're married. Congratulations.
Yay.
Kika always getting her man.
I'm very goal oriented.
You are.
As Chaosung, you're like looking around, trying to watch everyone when when a ray of light hits you and almost blinds you, right? And you look up and you see atop of the gazebo, perfect mist, like just being hunched up on top of it.
I'm totally hiding.
No one sees you.
No one sees like the bright shining up there.
And what you completely miss but we see is basically outside of that on the walls, several figures dropping down into the garden. As the music starts playing, and you, Nan, in general, you are approaching the gazebo, and that's when perfect mist breaks through the top of the gazebo with a loud bang. Pull. I don't know what weapons you got. Taking the roof of the gazebo with you, between the two that are about to get married, or were about to get married any second now. And that's, I think we're going to go for our second break.
Oh God.
I just imagine him with like two really like polished ladles.
I object.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Oh God. Okay, yeah, we'll be back in about 5-ish minutes to finish up this last hour. Gosh, goodness gracious. So great. Yeah, we'll be right back. Hi, everybody. We're back. Who knows what's about to happen? We'll find out. Matthias, yeah, take it away.
Yeah. Perfect miss. So you crash down, ready to do what?
I just take a dramatic pose. I'm like, you may have defeated my sword of love, but you won't defeat my ladle of love.
Nice. And at this declaration, what do you all do?
Chow just hangs her head and just goes, oh no.
From the bushes, I think Northwindling goes, yeah, serve him up a big helping of pain.
I demand a rematch.
Okay. And Yuglan?
Yeah, Yuglan just sighs. long sigh.
Okay. So as this happens, right? I think Yinna is like, whoa, is that the distraction we've been waiting for?
Probably.
Probably.
Yeah, we're married. Let's go.
I think Chow Sung is like elbowing her way, shouldering her way through the crowd to get close to the gazebo.
Yeah. And perfect missed. You're confronting General Yu. Is that what you're doing? Going for? All right. Yeah. Okay. You're letting this happen, or are you stepping in between them?
I had to step in between.
And I think there's an audible gasp that goes through the crowd as you do.
Perfect Mist, I don't know what you're trying to do here.
I'm trying to win back your love.
That you never had in the first place.
But you rubbed my belly. I thought we had something.
That's probably news to you.
I mean, you two can have a duel here. If you want to.
Yuglan's not going to instigate it. She's like,
Okay.
if you really loved me, then why can't you wish for my happiness?
Because then I won't have your love. I mean, what good is love if it's just one way, right? Besides, I got all dressed up and everything, and I made a hole through the gazebo. I have to duel now.
I don't remember that being in the teachings of our mentor.
Perfect missed. And that's Min. Like approaching you from behind, right? And Yuglan, it is okay. You can. As General, you step forward and you see that Chao Sung. You're like pushing your way through the crowd at that moment, right? When you see like a dark shadow that's like lunged out from the bushes to stab the general in the back. And with it, several other figures jumping out.
Wait, he got stabbed?
Yes.
Can I tell who
that's
it is?
that's when we cut to Ling and Yin moving moving towards the back end of the garden, and suddenly there's Jian who steps in your way. Where do you think you're going, cousin? Yeah, and then she approaches you.
I lean in close like I'm gonna whisper something, and I stab her.
Very good. Yeah. What are the rest of you doing?
I want to see if I can see who stabbed the general.
I look down at the general. I'm like, I didn't do that.
I just had a ladle.
That wasn't me. Just everybody saw that. My hands were right here.
The general falters forward and grabs onto you because you stood between them, right? Grabs onto you, Glan, right? Like with like a surprised look on his face and stammering and like blood coming out of his mouth.
Can I do first aid?
Yeah, she holds him up, and it's like has like a hand, to his face, like, no, you hold on, please.
And Chao Sung, you're like, yes, there's like movement everywhere in the garden now. They're like all rushing to probably finish the job or something. So I think, do you have like your weapon out drawn?
Oh,
and
yeah,
with the foes?
completely.
Yeah. And I think you like the first two, you like knock down to like get to a position to be able to defend the entire congregation for the marriage here, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's when you Glan, you hear like a clap from, and you look up, and there's this person that you know quite well walking up. Your master, Broken Dawn. It's like looking straight at at Perfect Mist and saying, "Well done, my child. Well done."
I already said I didn't do that. I didn't do anything. Hands are right here.
Chao Sung just like zeroes in on Perfect Mist.
Well, so I think we've got a duel going on for Ling. Chao Sung, you're engaging the mooks, right?
Mm-hmm.
To get into the position. And what are you doing? You're seeing your former master in front of you.
Oh, lovely. Yeah, I'm just holding on to you, keeping him supported. Probably his blood now staining the red wedding dress. But she's pulling out a weapon and she's going to defend if anyone tries to finish the job.
Well, are you? Perfect Mist.
No, I want a duel. I don't want him dead. I'm actually going to lean down and try to like help administer first aid, or like put pressure on the wound, something. Or like rip off my pants.
Okay, yeah, no, I love this.
I have this metal baking sheet. It'll work.
Perfect is you're trying to save the general's life here. While you, Glan, you're like defending them, like potentially from Broken Dawn. We will see. You will definitely be able to spend that bond if Perfect Mist needs it. So I will need a overcome from Perfect Mist, and a duel from Chao Sung and from Ling.
Okay, so all of my duels are going to just be straight rolls because I have the Heavenly Sword +1 to deal with mooks, and I'm dealing with mooks, right?
Yes.
So all of mine will just be straight rolls.
Hmm.
Okay. God damn it!
Do you have a bond to spend?
Yeah, I'll spend my bond with my Purity Sword set, probably, my faction.
Oh yeah, and I know what it is because it's Min, right? Min springing into action here.
Yeah.
And you're suddenly like fighting back to back with Min against these overwhelming odds.
Both of you fucking rolling 10s and I rolled How is this
We're not-
fair?
We're not wounded or anything.
But it didn't count against me though. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, so I'll make it a 7.
Okay. So I think the easiest to resolve is probably Ling because, yeah, I mean, that follows your scale. You win the conflict, and you may mark XP if you're showing mercy, but it sounds like you aren't showing mercy. Yeah, and I think this is Jian, like, she expected to be fighting you here, right? And she expected you to like have like words to utter before that, but she didn't expect you to cold-bloodedly, like, without saying another word, just stab her.
Yeah,
And her eyes go wide.
I just give her like an icy stare, and I'm like, "You don't mess with my husband." And then I just kick her off my sword.
Jiao Sung, you're fighting mooks.
I am.
Yeah. On a hit, you defeat them. Describe how you do so.
If I'm fighting back to back with men, I think that I'm using both of my swords to just sort of, I think I'm letting men sort of funnel them toward me and bracing myself off of him to slash at the mooks that are coming toward me, I think.
Yeah.
And using him as a distraction, like letting them get distracted by him. And I'm using both of my sabers to, just slash as I'm going around the crowd, trying to slash my way toward the gazebo.
Yeah, and they're like, I think what makes it hard is they have a very unusual fighting style. They always seem to come out of a corner you weren't expecting, or they're like suddenly using like one of the rakes that the gardener left there and improvising weapons, and then they have like, they suddenly pull up, like, I think there's even a situation where one of the mooks stands in front of you and he doesn't look armed, then he turns his arms around and they're like, there's like a reflective surface all down his arm that blinds you. And
Child's just like, oh, that's where Perfect Mist learned.
yeah, you might not be wrong there, right? And I think that's when we cut over to because you're doing it perfect mist. You're like you manage to staunch the bleeding, right? And you plan like how do you dispose of like one or two of the mooks that are trying to get at the general? What's it look like?
Pulling. She didn't bring a weapon with her, but she pulls the general's own sword out of the sheath and will just still an arm around him. Will slash at anybody who gets too close.
Well, and this is Broken Dawn. It's time to come into the fold. Perfect Mist. Time for you to finish what you came here for. What you were sent here for.
Look, I came here to use my ladles of love to duel for my darling's hand in marriage. I wasn't going to kill anyone. I don't know what you're talking about or what this mission is, but yeah, that's all I came here for. You know, me and my beautiful armor and my ladles, and not my pants anymore because the pants are on him. But
you forget your family.
What?
Well, have a look. And like you see, like the people, like there's fighting going on, and the ones that are fighting. I mean, you're not sure, but like you've seen these kinds of people before, and like in the odd moments, like you remember, like there was one time where you were like traveling through the forest, and this I don't know, like these bandits came upon you, and you were thinking, oh no, they're probably not going to leave me alive. And then like what you would describe probably like a couple of accidents later, a couple of bites from dog, and 3-4 shadowy figures who just came to rush through there, and the bandits were taken care of. This is your clan, the lost clan of Yoon.
No, I mean, like, yeah, they're called the Lost Clan of Yoon for a reason, because they're lost. If they're here, then they're not lost anymore, so they can't possibly be my Lost Clan of Yoon, you know?
Is that what Perfect Mist starts saying?
Yeah.
Nice. If you're not going to do it, then I will just have to. And Broken Dawn locks eyes with you, Yuglan. Time to step aside, pupil.
I'm not going to do that.
Oh, you froze there for a second for me.
Oops, sorry.
Then prepare yourself. And he takes a fighting position and advances.
Great.
Can I help out?
I don't know. Do you have like a...
I have my cat screaming here.
Oh, actually,
I think that means she can help, Matthias.
I mean, Yuglan actually has a bond with you, so you will be able to get +1 on your roll.
I'm not gonna shove the general to the dog. Here, hold my general. I'm ready.
So here's the interesting the thing though, right? If this is Broken Dawn, then he's a scale above you. Because that your teacher, right? Or have you surpassed your teacher yet? No?
I don't think so.
Okay, it's getting tense.
Yeah.
How much help can they get?
They actually can only use their bonds to get a +1. It's always +1 and not capped at that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering if I should use Have Sword Will Travel. To
There
just
might be
show
another
off.
chance for that in a moment, yeah.
Oh, in a moment. Okay. I'll wait.
So you will have to roll your style element, which is wood, right?
Yep.
And you're going to lose because he's a scale above you.
Oh no.
So even a +1 doesn't do it here. Yeah. I think he walks forward and you, like, your weapons meet like you have done before with your teacher. But there's a ferocity here, a seriousness that you did not know before. And when this time he disarms you, he doesn't stop like he normally would. He pulls through and I think slashes open your side as you fall into the pond. And yeah, I think you have to mark wood here. Unless you want to take wounded.
I mean, yeah, I'm probably gonna take wood here.
That one got Kika. That one just got Kika.
That was a Wulin cat. Yeah.
Has Chao Sung seen this happen?
If you want to, yes.
Can I just like nod at Min and then try to run toward
Juklin?
Yeah, Juklin.
Yeah. And Broken Dawn is like turns away towards the general, and Perfect Mist, who's like staunching the bleeding. Like the general's not going to die here at this moment right now. He's lying in your arms, like looking up at you. What do you do?
I'm uncomfortable.
He's coming to kill him.
I am going to, I don't know, drop the general on the ground and stand up to face him
Okay.
with my ladles of love.
Step aside, child. I do not want to cut down my own family.
Yeah, so you shouldn't. I mean, like, go with that feeling.
But I will if I have to.
But you don't have to. Everyone has a choice here.
You have been so useful thus far.
Well, thank you. I think that's a compliment. Thank you.
Step aside, and he lowers his weapon to engage you if you don't.
Well, see, I still need to duel with this guy. So after I kick his butt, then you can do whatever nasty ass shit you want with him. But I need to defeat him first to win my lady love's hand. And I can't do that if he's dead. So if you
Okay.
don't mind, like your family.
Roll. Yes. When you pressure someone susceptible to your words, roll hearts and minds here.
What is that one?
Whatever you decide is appropriate.
Let's see.
Unless it's marked, you can't roll the ones that are marked.
I'll do water.
Ooh.
Nice. And I think, yeah, Broken Dawn is like, looks at you and sees like how serious you are about having this duel with the general. And he's
Come on, it's for love.
all right. We'll take him with us, and you shall have your due.
Yay!
So,
As Chao Sung is like trying to help Juklon.
yeah, they're picking up the general to take them with them.
I want to just look around and not seeing Ling just yell out, "This is my like confidant and best friend," just yell out, "Ling, where are you?" I just need her help. Just yelling out, hoping she can hear me somewhere, because
I'm right behind you.
yeah, yeah, you are. And I'm just going to like try to get Juklon out of, as much out of the water as I can, and look at Ling and just point out Broken Dawn. He's tried to kill the general. We can't let that. You have to take care of him.
So his warriors are
Take
pulling
with,
back.
like a bloody knife. Take care.
I mean, you always know. You always have a way with words, Ling. And knives.
Yeah. So, what do you actually do? I think the general use you is taking you towards the wall, right? With no, not the general you. Broken Dawn is taking you with the general towards the wall, and then like I think he lifts him up for you to carry him. Take him. They'll be covering your retreat, right? There's like other warriors who are like rushing to your side.
I just kind of like it. Oh, me? I don't carry things. Here, I put him on top of dog.
A dog and you leap over the wall.
I guess I'll follow.
Yeah. Or what are the rest of you doing?
I see that Perfect Mist has the general, and I'm like, oh no, Perfect Mud has him. He'll be fine.
That's Perfect Mist's lost clan. That the leader wants the general dead. I don't know whose side Perfect Mist is on anymore.
I don't think Perfect Mist knows either.
I don't think he does either.
I don't think Perfect Mist is capable of murder.
I mean, not intentionally anyway.
Yes, but if he intended to murder someone, he'd probably mess it up.
Maybe you should just at least follow. I have to make sure that Juklon is all right. And she's like trying to, tend to Juklon's wound as much as she can. Make sure Juklon is like present, staying, awake.
I think we might need all of us to deal with this. I will track them quietly.
All right.
And make sure everything is settled here, and look after my husband.
Wait, what?
And I go. Then I imagine like Ian's just standing there like, hello.
Okay. Congratulations. At least someone got married today.
Exactly. We met the wedding quota.
Yeah. So, this could be actually you following them could be a study, potentially, more than an overcome. To to gain the information where they're going, because they obviously have like a secret hideout or thing.
Okay. Ling ain't too good at studying. I think this would be wood, and she doesn't have any bonuses in wood.
Oh, we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, we'll see.
Oh no.
We'll resolve that in a moment. What's going on? Yeah, so you're lifting Yuklan out of the water, right? And tending to her wounds, and
Yeah, I'm just pulling her back up to dry land. And Yuklan, did you know that your mentor had these plans?
No, should have guessed Perfect Mist would be involved.
I really don't think he meant to be.
How do you know? After everything.
Because I don't think he's capable of that kind of forethought.
Well, you may be right about that.
And, I mean, he looked a little surprised that his clan was even still alive.
I'll stop them.
North Windling is on their trail. Hopefully she can find out some information.
Okay. Well, if we're gonna do this, I should maybe change.
We have to make sure your wounds are taken care of and mended, and that you can fight. Hopefully, we have to defend your fiancé.
Yes. And she's gonna, with Chao-sun's help, get up and make her way over to where the sword had been, the general's sword had been scattered to. And is going to pick it up.
yeah, and I think Chao-sun, you're rolling to comfort again.
Yeah, of course. I want to see if I can help with that mark
Yeah.
she's got. So yeah, I'm going to roll just a straight roll again. A 6. What is up with me and these 6s today?
What did you roll, by the way?
Metal.
Metal, yeah.
So I marked that one.
Yes. Oof. Okay. Yeah. I think that's, yes. Yuklan, you get ready and ready for travel. You're still not in fighting shape, and you do not know how you might meet your former teacher if you should come upon him. But you do know you have to set out to save your fiance. Because in the next couple of days, no word comes to you from Ling. Ling hasn't returned. Like, Yin is completely devastated from worry and sorrow. As we cut to a hideout, which seems to be like at the bottom of a cliff. There's like a waterfall, and there are like all these alcoves there. And we see Perfect Mist, who's tending to General Yu's wounds. Because none of the other ones are helping. Broken Dawn being, if you want to have your duel, fix him up, you will get your duel.
All right, I can do that.
But if he dies of his wounds here, then he dies of his wounds here. Or he dies from you in the duel, or after that.
I'm not gonna kill him in the duel. I just want to, defeat him. That two separate, different things, and I don't do the killing.
Like, a look passes from him to one of the other ones, but he doesn't say anything. As we hear a loud commotion from the other end, and he turns, and Master, we found someone snooping around. And a bound, hands tied to her back, Ling is being shoved into like the little stream that is here. Like at like spear point by 2.
Oh, hey, Ling, what's up?
Hey, Muddy.
Yeah. I kind of want to end it here because that's a good cliffhanging end.
It really is.
So is there gonna be a part 4?
I think that when this game releases proper, we should pick it up to continue.
Yeah, I'd like that. If you engage any of your entanglements, you get 2 XP.
Ooh.
If you engage the other entanglement as well, you get an additional 1.
What a session, everyone. That was so good.
And definitely, like, some entanglements definitely would need to be rewritten now, right? Because things have changed. I kind of want to see what the relationship as, like, Perfect Mist actually cares for the general, if something develops there.
My God.
Goodness gracious. That was so good. I love this game. I'm glad we actually got to finish up the 3 parts that we'd planned. Like, that was really good because I really enjoyed this game a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's so soap opera-y that I don't feel bad leaving so much unresolved.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I just love it fading out on Ling. Hey, Muddy. Yeah, we can go around where we can find you, any plugs you have for the upcoming week. You can start with Kika.
Hey, I'm Kika. I'm in a lot of games, so just follow me on Twitter at twitter.com/KikaVio, or you can keep up with all the things that I'm doing. If you want to see me playing more games today, I will be playing in the Shattered Eye on Soul Bear RPG in like 2 hours. So yeah, find me there.
Kiana.
That was fun. But yeah, you can find me, Kenna, over on Twitter at Kenna, as the best way to figure out what I'm doing, because I'm all over the internet playing role-playing game almost every day of the week. I'll plug that next Thursday, I have a game of Bluebeard's Bride, Volume 4. What's special about it is that it's the first stream over on the Salty Sweet Games channel, a brand new channel that me and that Salty Ginger Lauren and I are setting up. I'm very excited for it. We don't have an official launch until the spring, but we're going to be doing some test stuff to figure out how to do the pro streamer Twitch thing. Yeah, we're gonna figure it out. But definitely go check that out if you enjoy drama and gothic horror.
Oh, and it's so good. And Kiana runs a wonderful game of Bluebeard's Bride for sure. If you want to see other ones that she's ran, there's some on my VODs here on my archives or on my YouTube. They're great. They're so good. Star, what about you?
Hi, Starladay. You can follow me at Alcor the Demon on Twitter. I'm only in 2 games right now. The Inquisition on Tuesdays at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time over at the RPG Lab, and Loudwater Chronicles on Wednesday nights at 7:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on my channel.
Fun. Matthias, what about you?
Hey, you can find me on MTHS at MTHSBLGR on Twitter, and on Thursday on Sophie May's channel for our game of Monster Hearts 2, Autumn of the Merry Maidens, hashtag Shallow Bay. We've got something special planned actually for this Thursday. And on Friday, then here again for our Scum and Villainy game, Twin Dwarf Tango, which is a whole lot of fun. Yeah, those are the 2 games I'm in right now. And yeah, thank you for playing this with me. This was so much fun. Thank you for having me, Katie, and thank you all for watching. Look out, have a look out for that Kickstarter. Heart of Wulin.
For sure. I'm so glad that this was a specific cast that came together, because I couldn't have asked for a better one. I couldn't have asked for a better person to run this game. It was amazing. I loved every bit of it. So thank all of you so much. You can find me on Off the Table a lot. There's a lot of games there that haven't been announced yet that are coming up. I'm also on Greyhawk channel on Tuesday afternoons, on Scraticus's channel on Thursday afternoons, Tuesday nights here with Masks. Fridays, like Matthias said, with Scum and Villainy. This Thursday, we're starting a game, late night game at 10 Central Standard Time with Witch Quest. It's sort of like Little Witch Academia. It's a very, very cute, innocent game. I'm very excited to play it. I'm so hyped for it because I need more wholesome games in my life to go with the sad gothic horror games I play all the time, but that's going to be really fun. And coming next month will be a campaign of Honey Heist. Ooh. I'm not playing in it, but the puns will still kill me as I run production behind the scenes. I know they will. And also a campaign of Inspectors, which I've never played before but have wanted to play, so that's going to be fun. I have a lot of cool things in the pipeline. And I believe, I don't know if I'll be doing it here on my channel or streaming to Kiana's new channel, but I'll be doing production for Kiana's another one of her Bluebeard Brides games. Follow me on Twitter. I keep everything updated there. We're going to raid a narcissist, Dylan. He's drawing some gobs because it is Goblin Week, I think, something like that. So send him some love and go enjoy goblins. We all love goblins, okay? Bye.